Kim, it's been over a decade since the release of the first Yattarna in '98 with the 1995 vintage. Here we have the 2006. Gee, the style's evolved.
Well, the style certainly has evolved, Peter. I mean, back in the early days, we generally had a little bit more oak, and we've really toned the oak back and made the style a much more finer, tighter, linear type style.
Yes, yes, because we were really trying to do everything in the early days, weren't we?
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, it was all sort of you know, just experimentation, really.
Yes.
And just over time, I think we've gotten better and better at it.
Yeah.
And we've almost evolved to a point, I think, where we've actually reached where we want to be with this wine.
Terrific, yeah. Well, a lot of people forget, you know, Yattarna does have a bin number. It's bin 144, and there were 144 trials leading into the first release, the 95. But Yattarna does mean little by little or gradually, and I think, yes, that evolution continues.
Yeah, and I think, you know, 144 trials and having a bin 144 on the label, I mean, it's just apt that it shows you where the evolution's come from, and it's taken so long to get to where we want to be.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, back in '98, I think that had 100% new oak usage, whereas in this particular vintage, we're looking at a lot less than that.
Yeah, we're looking at 45% brand new French oak, and they're barriques. And yeah, years gone by, we would have anywhere from 100 to 80 to 90, but I think we found out that we've just had a little bit too much oak in there. To pull it back a little bit just really brings it back in balance.
Absolutely. But it's not to a formula, is it? Because I remember the 2004 Yattarna had no new oak, whereas the 2005 bounced back up to 55, and this now down to 45. So it's not formularised.
No, exactly, really. It does pen the season. Depends on how powerful the fruit is in any one given season, how much oak we can actually give the wine.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm just amazed by the colour. You know, for a barrel fermented Chardonnay, this still has green hues. If you looked at that at a distance, you'd think it's a Riesling. The colour's amazing.
Yeah, the colour's fantastic. It certainly doesn't look like a 3-year-old wine at all. And I think that's what makes Yattarna so special as well.
Yes. Yeah. Well, part of the original objective, the original blueprint for this style was to make a wine that would age like the reds. And I think we're getting closer and closer.
Yeah, well, as you can see, the colour tells you straight away. I guess we're aiming really to make this wine a 7 to 10 year ageability prospect, and certainly this wine still has time to go. It's almost you know, almost too young to drink now, and I guess that's why we give it a little bit extra age before we release it.
Yeah, well, it is always released as a 3-year-old,
Exactly.
the reserve bin as a 2-year-old, and I think, yeah, you're dead right, it needs time. Look, this wine isn't filtered, yet it has a brilliant sheen in the glass. It really does sparkle. Yeah,
it's pretty amazing wine, just the way we make it. We do a lot of racking, and as you said, unfiltered. And because every time you actually do any sort of filtration, you actually lose flavour in the wine. Yes. And the idea of this is to keep as much flavour as possible in the bottle.
Yeah, yeah. And what I like about it, though, too, is it's not just a Chardonnay flavoured white wine sort of a character. There are flavours in there other than just the flavour of the grape. Now, I've heard the term batonnage used quite a bit in the white wine cellar. What do you do there?
We top and batonnage, which basically means stirring the barrel. So we have a special little implement which we put inside the barrel, stirs in the yeast lees to actually gain complexity to the palate, and also adds different characters to the flavour as aromas as well. So certainly we do pretty much every 2 weeks batonnage and top the wine.
Yep. So you're adding aromatics and also more to the flavour pool on the palate. Texturally it's changing. No wonder this is very different to the earlier made Chardonnays of Penfolds.
Yeah, exactly, and that's once again the evolution of the style.
So when we say this wine then will age for 10 years plus perhaps, people don't have to wait that long, do they? They could drink it within a year or two of release?
No, exactly. You can drink it on release. Depends, I guess, how you like your Chardonnay to drink. Some people like a little bit of age on the wine. I personally can drink them both ways. I could drink it straight away, I could drink it in 5 years' time. It just depends on the individual, I think.
Fantastic. And just to conclude, this no longer is just single region based. From memory, this comes from 3 different states of Australia.
Well, it really has become a multi-regional regional blend. We source from the best possible sites anywhere around Australia, actually. And as you said, this is from 3 different regions. It is pretty much a third of Derwent and Tasmania.
Tasmania.
Adelaide Hills, and also Drumborg and Victoria.
Right, southern Victoria, so very cool climate
Yeah,
sites.
very cool climate sites, in intense flavours. We're looking, I guess, for that more of that citrusy grapefruit spectrum, stone fruits.
Yeah, yeah.
And because of the cool climate, some lovely linear, tight, natural acid. And that's what we're
Yes.
really looking
Yeah.
for in this wine.
Yeah, so climatically, I guess when it gets hot in one state, you just go to the next one, or you go up in altitude and really shop around for the most marginal cool climate fruit
Well,
that you can.
absolutely, yeah. And that's the beauty of multi-regional sourcing. If an area is too warm and it doesn't quite come up to scratch, we can source from another area that has a really good season.
Fantastic.